John Carter, 2012. Budget $263 million. Box office $284 million. Losses around $255 million. John Carter was Disney's ambitious attempt to launch a sci-fi franchise based on Edgar Rice Burroughs' century-old Barsoom novels.
You've got me. I surrender. Jedak. 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 Tars Tarkus.
It had everything: interplanetary warfare, a reluctant hero, and a massive budget. But it also had no identity. The name John Carter gave audiences zero clue it was about space battles on Mars. The marketing was vague and uninspired, and Disney buried the film under a generic release window. Behind the scenes, it was plagued by production delays, bloated costs, and a first-time live-action director, Andrew Stanton, known only for animated hits like Finding Nemo. Critics were split, and audiences just didn't show up. The Lone Ranger, 2013. Budget $250 million. Box office $260 million. Losses around $240 million. That's a lot. This was supposed to be another Pirates of the Caribbean for Disney. Same producer, same director, same star. But The Lone Ranger was a tonal disaster. It couldn't decide if it was a gritty western, a comedy, or a cartoonish action movie.
What is it?
Johnny Depp's casting as Tonto sparked backlash, and the film's dark violence clashed awkwardly with slapstick humor. On top of that, production costs spiraled out of control after extensive rewrites and location shoots in the desert. Disney had already tried to cancel the film mid-production, but got pressured into moving forward. The final result? A confused mess that audiences ignored, and a loss almost as massive as its budget. The Marvels, 2023. Budget $250 million. Box office $206 million. Losses around $237 million. Once upon a time, Marvel movies were bulletproof. The Marvels shattered that illusion. Meant to be a cosmic team-up of Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau, the film suffered from pandemic-era reshoots, multiple delays, and a last-minute creative overhaul. Reports later revealed chaotic editing, studio interference, and this was just a rumor, a director who left post-production early. But I think she denied that afterwards. Disney's bloated budgets and oversaturated release slate didn't help either. Critics were lukewarm, fans were confused by the lore-heavy script, and general audiences simply didn't care. The result was not just a financial flop, it was a wake-up call for the MCU. And I think until now, they're still trying to recover. The 13th Warrior, 1999. Budget $160 million. Box office $61.7 million. Losses around $227 million. Antonio Banderas stars in this gritty Viking epic based on Michael Crichton's Eaters of the Dead. The original director, John McTiernan, from Die Hard and Predator, clashed with Crichton over tone and pacing, prompting Crichton himself to reshoot large sections of the film. The troubled production was marred by delays, ballooning costs, and a release date that kept shifting. The final cut was tonally inconsistent and heavily edited, and audiences could tell it wasn't epic enough to wow action fans and too grim for casual viewers. The film, meant to be Braveheart with monsters, ended up as a $227 million punchline. Mortal Engines, 2018. Budget $150 million. Box office $83.7 million. Losses around $204 million. Peter Jackson didn't direct Mortal Engines, but his name was all over it as producer. The movie, based on a steampunk novel where cities roam the earth on wheels, looked stunning but confused audiences. Released when young adult dystopias like Divergent were already dead, the film came too late.
Tom! Hey! Get down! Trading town! Look, 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 look! Look! Oh God. They're southeast.
The world building was so complex that even fans of the book were lost, and newcomers felt alienated. Add to that a cast of most unknown actors, inconsistent tone, and a forgettable script, and Mortal Engines crashed before it even got moving. Cutthroat Island, 1995. Budget $100 million. Box office, ooh, this hurts, $10 million. Losses around $202 million. Cutthroat Island is the Titanic of pirate flops. Starring Gina Davis and directed by then-husband Rennie Harlin, the film suffered from endless rewrites and constant cast changes. The script was a mess, the humor fell flat, and the action felt outdated. Worse, the pirate genre was already dead, and this movie buried it deeper. Carolco Pictures, the studio behind Terminator 2, went bankrupt because this movie flopped. Battleship, 2012. Budget, $209 million. Box office, $303 million. Losses, around $200 million. Yes, Battleship, based on the Hasbro board game. Universal tried to make it their own Transformers, casting Rihanna in her acting debut and adding alien invaders for good measure.
Rick, get your ass to CIC. Now!
The result was a tone-deaf blend of military propaganda and sci-fi nonsense. Critics laughed, audiences shrugged, and the film never took off in the US. While it made some money overseas, the expensive marketing and inflated production costs made Battleship sink hard. And sadly, it wasn't even Taylor Kitsch's biggest flop that year. Pan, 2015. Budget, $150 million. Box office, $128 million. Losses, around $185 million. Another Peter Pan movie, but this time, no one asked for it. Pan aimed to be an origin story for the beloved character, featuring Hugh Jackman as Blackbird and Levi Miller as young Peter. The visuals were flashy, but the script was bizarre. It featured awkward singing sequences, weird character dynamics, and a tonal whiplash. Critics blasted it as joyless and overproduced. With a sky-high budget and little excitement, Pan never took flight. Tomorrowland, 2015. Budget, $190 million. Box office, $209 million. Losses, around $185 million. Directed by Brad Bird and starring George Clooney, Tomorrowland was supposed to be Disney's next big original IP.
What are you even talking about? How are you driving a car? Who are you? I'm a crew rep. Crouton.
But the marketing never explained what the movie was. A futuristic utopia? A young adult adventure? A climate change allegory? Even after watching it, many were still confused. While visually stunning and thematically ambitious, the film's muddled storytelling and lack of a clear audience led to massive underperformance. Disney took the L, and Brad Bird returned to animation shortly after. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, 2017. Budget, $175 million. Box office, $148 million. Losses, around $183 million. Guy Ritchie tried to reinvent King Arthur as a streetwise snarky hero in a gritty origin story.
Round the blunt bit, give it a tug. Left foot, right foot, collect your brand, back on the barge.
But the result felt like Snatch meets Game of Thrones, in all the wrong ways. Meant to kickstart a 6-movie cinematic universe, Legend of the Sword had magical elephants, over-the-top visual effects, and a convoluted backstory that confused even hardcore fans. Studio meddling led to massive reshoots and delays, and the marketing never found the hook. With no clear audience and superhero-style ambitions, King Arthur was beheaded at the box office. That's 8 minutes. Thank you for watching. Like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more flops.